Shocking news emerged when King Charles III reportedly praised Eala and announced a special recognition following her remarkable rise. As Buckingham Palace released its official statement, the tennis world was left stunned. A 21-year-old player from Manila, raised through a demanding development pathway that took her across training bases in Europe and Spain, suddenly found herself receiving attention usually reserved for Olympic champions and Grand Slam legends. Fans began asking the same question: what had Eala done to earn the attention of a king? And what was this mysterious recognition that was now trending across 2 continents? The story traces back to Birmingham, England, June 7, 2026. Center court. The applause had barely settled as Eala stood at the net, still catching her breath after a grueling 2-hour battle on grass. She had just defeated the tournament's top seed, sealing the match with a cross-court winner that clipped the sideline. That shot delivered her first grass court title, her first WTA trophy since 2025, and arguably the most defining victory of her young career. But the most surprising part of the story was not the win itself. It was what happened before the tournament even began. Just 7 days earlier, the WTA had advised her to withdraw from the Birmingham Open due to fitness concerns. After a punishing clay court swing, long matches, and visible fatigue reflected in a 4-9 record, the governing body believed she needed rest. From their perspective, she was at risk. From her perspective, it was a test. She refused to withdraw, signed a waiver releasing the organization from liability, and posted a message that instantly ignited the tennis world. "I'm not injured. I'm tired. And I'm done pretending I'm not. But I'm also done letting others decide what I can and cannot do." Within hours, social media erupted. Philippine flags filled timelines, and one phrase began trending everywhere: Laban, fight. On center court, Eala embodied exactly what those words meant. Down 4-1 in the second set, her legs heavy and her serve under pressure, she refused to fade. She didn't collapse under fatigue. She adapted. She fought back point by point. She broke serve twice, saved a match point, and ultimately sealed the title with a backhand down the line that left the stadium momentarily silent, before erupting into celebration. Later that night, during the trophy ceremony, she lifted the silverware and addressed the crowd. "The WTA told me I couldn't play. Maybe they were right, I was tired. But I'm also a fighter. This is for the Philippines." Across 2 continents, fans watched in emotion. The Philippine president issued a public message of congratulations. And in the stands, her mother, former national swimmer Eala, watched through tears. But what happened next would transform a defiant victory into something far greater than sport. A moment that would extend beyond tennis, and all the way to Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace, London, June 10, 2026. 9:15 a.m. Just 3 days after lifting the Birmingham Open trophy, Eala found herself stepping into a moment she never could have written, even in imagination. The call had come on a quiet Wednesday morning while she was back in Manila, still processing the emotional aftermath of her victory. The trophy now sat in her childhood bedroom, a silver reminder of what defiance had produced. Then her phone buzzed. An email. The sender line stopped her instantly. UK royal official. At first, she assumed it was a scam, something every rising athlete learns to ignore. But minutes later, her agent called, voice unusually serious. "They're real, Alex. Buckingham Palace wants to speak with you." The message was brief, but formal. His Majesty King Charles III had taken note of her performance at the Birmingham Open, not only her victory, but the resilience and message behind it. The letter expressed personal congratulations and an invitation to discuss what it called a matter of mutual interest. The phrase stayed with her, a matter of mutual interest. For the next 48 hours, speculation exploded. Media outlets in the Philippines picked up fragments of the story. Reporters gathered outside her family home. Social media filled with theories. Was it a ceremonial invitation? A Commonwealth initiative? Something tied to youth sport development? Then the second email arrived. This time, there was no ambiguity. It was not a request. It was an invitation. His Majesty King Charles III requested her presence at Buckingham Palace on June 25, 2026, for a private audience. Alex read the message again, and again, 7 times, before it finally sank in. Then she called her mother, and together, they cried in silence. A 21-year-old tennis player from Quezon City, representing a country still chasing its first Grand Slam singles champion, was being summoned to Buckingham Palace, not as a tourist, but as a guest of the king. By noon, the story had broken nationally. By evening, it had gone global. From sports networks to mainstream headlines, a tennis victory had transformed into an international spectacle. And the tennis world was left with one overwhelming question. This is not something Buckingham Palace does casually. So why her? And why now? Royal engagements are meticulously planned months in advance. Private audiences are typically reserved for heads of state, Nobel laureates, global humanitarian figures, or sporting legends who have already reached the very top of their disciplines. So naturally, the questions spread quickly. Why Alex Eala? And why now? Some analysts framed it as a Commonwealth initiative, an effort to spotlight rising talent from member nations and highlight the next generation of athletes emerging from developing sporting systems. Others went further. Speculation grew around a potential honorary recognition, or even the early stages of a rare royal distinction tied to her influence on youth sport and global representation. A few voices even floated the idea of an unprecedented knighthood-level honor, though most dismissed it as unrealistic given her age and career stage. But through all of it, Alex remained silent. No interviews, no clarifications, no attempts to shape the narrative. Her team released only a brief, carefully worded statement. Alex Eala is deeply honored by His Majesty's invitation and looks forward to the meeting. Nothing more. And that silence only amplified the noise. As June 25th drew closer, the speculation became almost uncontrollable. Sports networks debated it endlessly. Panels replayed her Birmingham highlights frame by frame, searching for meaning in every point, every gesture, every word she had spoken. The more people tried to explain it, the less it made sense. What did the king want with a 21-year-old WTA 125 champion, advised just weeks earlier to withdraw from a mid-level tournament? Yes, she was talented. Yes, she was rising. But still far from Grand Slam finals. Still far from Wimbledon glory. Still far from the kind of legacy typically associated with royal recognition. And yet, something about the story refused to settle. Because the answer, when it finally came, would not just surprise the tennis world. It would ripple far beyond sport. Buckingham Palace, London, June 25, 2026, 2 p.m. The long-anticipated day had arrived. A black chauffeured car rolled through the gates of Buckingham Palace and came to a slow stop on the gravel drive. The door opened, and Alex Eala stepped out into the London air. The palace facade rose before her, immense, silent, almost unreal. For a moment, she didn't move. Her heartbeat was louder than the cameras, her thoughts heavier than the moment itself. She stood there in a traditional Filipiniana gown. Elegant embroidery traced every fold. Butterfly sleeves lifted softly with the wind, each detail carrying something deeper than fashion, heritage, identity, and pride. Photographers called her name from every direction. Flashes erupted like bursts of lightning. And beyond those walls, somewhere deep inside the palace, King Charles III was waiting. The private audience lasted 40 minutes. No cameras, no transcripts, no public record of what was said. But later, her team described it as warm, personal, and unexpectedly grounded. Moments of laughter, moments of reflection, and a tone that felt less like ceremony and more like conversation. Then came the announcement. At 3:30 p.m., Buckingham Palace released an official statement that sent shockwaves across the sporting world. It confirmed that His Majesty King Charles III had personally praised Alex Eala as an inspiration to young athletes across the Commonwealth and beyond. But more importantly, It revealed something no one had anticipated: a special prize. The creation of the Queen Elizabeth II Commonwealth Young Athlete Award. A new honor established to recognize athletes who embody courage, resilience, and the true spirit of fair play. And its first ever recipient would be Alex Eala. But the announcement did not stop there. The award included an invitation to a future state banquet at Buckingham Palace, a commemorative medal designed by the Royal Mint, and most significantly, a £100,000 grant dedicated to grassroots tennis development in the Philippines. The funding would support new courts, coaching programs, and expanded access for young athletes across the country. According to the official statement, His Majesty's commitment to youth development and Commonwealth unity had long been central to his public work. And in Alex Eala, he saw those values reflected not as theory, but as lived reality. It was more than an award. It was an investment in a player, in a nation, in a future that had rarely received this level of global attention. And in Alexandra Eala, the announcement suggested something even bigger, not just a rising athlete, but the beginning of a legacy. Within minutes, reactions poured in from around the world. Phones lit up, screens refreshed endlessly. Social media collapsed under the weight of the announcement. Coco Gauff posted a screenshot with a simple caption: "This is insane. So deserved." Naomi Osaka followed with her own message. She changed the game, on and off the court. But the most powerful reaction came from home. In Quezon City, crowds gathered outside her family residence, waving flags and chanting her name. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. issued a statement calling her a national treasure, saying her achievements had brought pride not just to sport, but to the entire nation. The hashtag Eala Meets the King trended worldwide for hours, dominating sports feeds and global news cycles. Inside their home in Manila, her mother, Risa, watched through tears. Speaking softly to a local reporter, she said, "When Alex was 5, she used to watch Princess Diana's funeral on TV and cry. Now she has met the king. Life is extraordinary." But not everyone responded. Behind the celebration, one silence stood out: the WTA. No statement, no acknowledgement, no official reaction, just silence. And in a moment of global recognition that seemed to redefine her career overnight, that silence felt louder than everything else. Controversial stand in Birmingham. And for many fans watching closely, that silence spoke louder than any palace announcement ever could. As night settled over Metro Manila, the story was no longer just about tennis, or even a royal audience. It had become something larger. Something that divided admiration and unease, celebration and discomfort across the entire sport. But outside Alex Eala's family home, the street still glowed with an amber haze, the fading echo of a day that refused to end quietly. Inside her childhood bedroom, she sat alone. And for the first time, the noise of the world finally reached her as silence. On her nightstand, the Buckingham Palace medal rested inside its velvet box. Beside it lay official grant documents, an approved commitment to build 6 new tennis courts across Luzon and the Visayas. Signed, sealed, already in motion, and quietly reshaping what her future might mean far beyond her own career. The weight of it all filled the room, not loudly, but persistently. Not as pressure, but as permanence. She was 21 years old, a grass court champion, a guest of Buckingham Palace, and whether she chose it or not, the symbolic face of something far bigger than sport. Earlier that evening, before the full wave of media attention had settled, Alex had arrived at Ninoy Aquino International Airport. There was no official ceremony waiting for her, no planned reception, no stage. And yet, somehow, the moment had already escaped control. By the time she reached the arrivals gate, nearly 2,000 people were already there, waiting, flags raised high under the terminal lights, hand-painted signs reading "Laban Alex" held above the crowd, chants rising and falling in waves until her name seemed to become part of the air itself. She moved through them slowly at first, carefully, almost unsure how to absorb what she was seeing. Then something inside her gave way. Her steps slowed, Her breathing broke, and tears blurred her vision as she held her mother's hand tightly. Every few steps, she stopped, embracing children who looked up at her like she existed somewhere between a role model and something almost unreal. A dream made visible for a moment,